Okay, so I'm just out here. I found part of my niche, my life. The other parts, the better parts, the even better parts, should I say? Because right now it's okay. I'm the better parts. Me and the boy just moved the goofy back a little bit um, towards the house. Of course, it's fall. Some of the grass still green. That's the spot where I had the jacuzzi, so it's causing some damage. But I had it over here too, and that one kind of grew back. So I'm gonna let this one air out for a little while, a week or two. I don't know. The season changing, so it might not grow back properly. But that's where I had it, and yeah, this thing. Those gonna die out soon, probably sooner than later. And then, yeah, I ain't seen Mr. Man, Mr. Moped, Mr. Four Wheeler dude come back around here since his little incident. Um, but I was gonna get on here to speak about how I thought it was gonna be what Peaches and her reunited and it was so good. I kept thinking that regarding me and the boys death. And for one, again, because I didn't do nothing to him. I did something that he felt was offensive or whatever, but I had to do what was best for me in that moment. I had to choose me. I be choosing people, the people that I'm with, the males that I'm with, and my kids. I choose them oftentimes more than myself. So in that moment, I had to choose myself, and especially what it was regarding. Again, it goes back to his mom's issues and concerns. Oh yeah, and I got on and seen Carrie Ann Franklin addressing the Larry Reid live video and stuff like that. So I still feel for him regarding that. And just watching him sort through it, I can definitely understand. But yeah, I just wanted to record properly. I think that's the main thing. I don't want to be here. No, let me hold it for a second. But yeah, I thought it was gonna be Peaches and Herb reunited, and it feels so good. I believe that's Peaches and Herb, and it feels so good. But honey, that day never came, and now at this point, I'm just like, well, I feel like I'm doing more than operating as single. I still have I ain't gonna sit here in front. I still have the contribution coming into my household, but I can solely say that's for the children. You know what I'm saying? That's for their needs and stuff like that. So it's been beneficial to me. It's just that um, I asked for this type of help plus before we started even going through this. So I was like, just going back to the car seat incident thing, and then I turn around and see him get somebody else pregnant. Well, I didn't literally see it that I know of, but he got somebody else pregnant, and that person was asking for a car seat too. I got the glimpse of that. It was like the same thing I was asking you. This person is expecting as well, or help to install the car seat, and this, that, and the third, and this gave this female a chance to feel this way about you, and this, that, and the third. But she also had another child's dad that was coming home from prison, and she, as soon as he came home, she went right on back over there. It was like you was in the meantime, in between time, placeholder. I don't know whether he learned something from it or not, but it hurt me, and it like pretty much tried to devastate me. And then, of course, the other situation, you know what I'm saying, definitely brokenhearted about that when it initially happened and stuff like that. Now, today, honey, not today, I'm better to say that. I'm still affected because it is what it is, but yeah, I mean, to me, I was like, wow, another female wants him to do the same thing or similar, expects him to do, you know what I'm saying? So I was kind of, that was reasonable, even though the whole situation was unreasonable, or I feel like it shouldn't have happened like that, it didn't have to happen like that. That was a reasonable request. And I was trying to even still see it from her perspective. Like, yeah, that's a mother that's expecting a child. That goes back to what I was expecting in 2011, 12, something like that. And didn't get some expectations met. Well, not by him, because somebody ended up, what did I do? I ended up getting a free car seat. So somehow, some way, somebody was the school, I believe. It was the Head Start that my I think my daughter must have been at, and they gave it. So I kept going, of course, for both of them or whatever, and that was that. Then they ended up doing but the funny thing, they ended up doing a recall on them, but by this time I had done used it all up, and I just kept using it. And then by the time we got to, for the younger one, the younger boy, we was using basically her hand-me-down stuff. People that had given her stuff, or he went out and bought certain stuff, and I was using it, even though it was, one of them was neutral, one of them was mainly for a girl, but I had to use what I had to do. I had to do what I had to do. He didn't have his own, and I left it at that. He was in a girl walker, a girl colored Minnie Mouse walker, and then he was in his, I guess she's his older sister, just by a little bit. He was using that, and he came and did, had that, and so it went on there. Okay, so he got listening ears coming out. So here we go with this. Let me reroute my video. Well, anyway, that was that. That's how that went, and I was understanding when it came to that. I had this dream this morning that my gazebo had like flipped over towards the area that I'm pointing at, and then somebody tried to like take some power from my house, plug something to my house, and try to take some power from my house. And I thought it was the neighbors next door, the one that's out making all that noise now. And it wasn't. It was somebody from across the street, and I just was like, how dare you? I'm like appalled, like, how dare you do something like that? And yeah, it was on my side. It was plugged in the back of the house, and see, I don't really have a plug back there, so I know it was something spiritual. And so then I addressed her about it, and basically was trying to talk it out, not trying to have a yelling match and stuff like that. And she was kind of listening. I can't remember if she was listening. I know she was quiet while I was talking, and then I was, we was talking it out, and it was like seemingly my grandma was standing there like to mediate or something like that, but yeah, I don't know. But yeah, thought it was gonna be peaches and herb. It wasn't. I should have reported that. Thought it was gonna be peaches and herb. It was not that. That day never came. I'm still looking forward to someday coming. Where I can share my time. Just coming. Just I'm sitting out in the yard chilling with somebody. Yes, somebody that gets up and goes to work. Cause I don't mind your ass getting up, going to work. I don't want you sitting under me all day. But just more than what he would do. Like he would, come over between 11 and probably 3, and it's now the only time he came over earlier than that was and sat here all day was when he was trying to meet my dad, which to me that's the honorable thing. I'm letting you meet my kin folks, and not that I was even wrapped up in my dad like that, but you've been around long enough, you know who he is, and this, that, and third. My dad took his precious time getting over here, so he was ready to go back to doing what he was, I guess, what he was already out there doing that I didn't know about. And that was that. But he made time to come meet my dad, but he didn't. To me again, at our peer level, this is where you met me. You didn't meet me through my dad. You know what I'm saying? None of that, whatever. As far as I know, and I'm concerned, so you took more time to do that, to appeal to a male, than to that. I ain't even really had a deep, in-depth conversation with you about. I think our intimacy like showed him some of that, but yeah, that's what I don't like about males trying to appeal to other males, get their approval, but you with a woman. So it's like, what? I mean, and yeah, I do understand when somebody bring you home to meet their family, you want to make a good impression and this, that, and the third. But honey, have them people you bringing them around, they ain't nobody to be trying to impress. Period. Like, not being funny or mean or anything like that, just being real. Even again, going back to the Carry On Franklin situation, like he was he just kept on calling him on them lies. Like, yeah, that's cap. Ain't nobody trying to go to counseling. Ain't nobody trying to go sit down and sit with somebody that's not. I think he said not a gospel or Christian therapist or something like that. And he was just expressing himself. So yeah, but I look back and he took the time to come and meet my dad. I think my daughter's dad just so happened to meet my dad because he was at the house and my dad came and pulled up. He was in town or whatever for whatever reason. This is when he was in his so-called second marriage, if that was a thing. And and he was there, and I was there, that was my little boyfriend or whatever at the time. I think I was in the 11th grade, I believe. And so, I'm like, okay, meet him or whatever. Honey, they definitely didn't approve of him. They was talking about him behind, of course, not in his face, but, I showed him pictures and stuff like that. They was talking about how he looked and, whatever. So, I was like, and I got wind of some of that, and I started feeling the type, when I understand the influence that parents or what your relatives say can have over you, but they're not the ones that's in it. So, I continued to be with him until we wasn't no more. And so yeah, all these people just looking over here and worrying about what's over here. I don't know, just those type of way. But what else was it? So yeah, he made time for that, and he kept, I guess stringing me along like he was going to do something otherwise, but his actions definitely didn't speak louder than his words. And his words was rare anyway. He rarely tried to say that he was going to sign up for something. And then there was one time he came and told me that he just didn't have no intentions. I'm trying to think. I think that was after we had our second son. He said, I don't have no intentions. He didn't say he had bad intentions or nothing. He just said, I don't have no intentions. So, I mean, I guess it could have went either way, but I'm trying to think of when that was. I know it was when my aunt was pregnant when my mama's sister was pregnant with her last child that I know of, unless she's pregnant. But yeah, and I was going to her baby shower, and then I was coming back home. Oh, I was feeling so. Well, I'm getting something mixed up because he actually came over then because I was feeling miserable. He came over. Oh, okay, I remember when it was. He came over and we laid down there or whatever, and I was like, my stomach, I ate too much. I ate so much at that baby shower. And she had like a taco thing set up. That was real nice, the taco buffet, whatever. But it was nice and it was different. It was cool. She's very unique like that. Like, I like her thought process and stuff like that. She's definitely, I don't think she gets to express her creativity as much as she would like to, but see, she, you know what I'm saying? That was cool. Or whoever thought of that, planned that. So the other time it was when they had a Christmas party. It must have been, gosh, was this 2015? Did I have my baby then? I think I had already had my baby. Yeah, because I cut my hair and I had. So it had to been 2000 and, gosh, this must have been 2017 then. That's crazy to me. Yeah, 2017. And I was at a Christmas party. My grandma had took us and stuff. And this is when I realized, honey, I was distant from the relatives for real. I didn't sit at the table with, the family that I was raised in. My daughter sat with them, and she was wearing some clothes that her dad's mom had got or whatever. And I was sitting somewhere else off with the cousins or whatever, and we was talking. And when I got home. See, and the other thing that throws me is just times when I would be out somewhere and he would be either coming to my house or already there, and I was always emailing him and trying to communicate with him, or he could have reached out, but there was a lot of times he just didn't, and it was almost like he just expected me to know. Which, okay, I understand that. I can get with that, but help me to know and understand though. And so had pulled up at my house and stuff like that. We was gonna go to Bojangles and get something to eat. We got over here. I love stuff like that. I enjoy it. I like that, knowing what's going on with you. And then the other time was yeah, the party. I probably still got the messages in the phone, but he had messaged me. He messaged me, and he was always him initiating the contact or whatever for the most part. Unless it was about the kids, the boys or something that I knew. He messaged me, and then somehow I think he was standing at the door, or either he texted me or he met me. I probably could find the email now, but he was like, "I ain't got no intentions" or something like that. I don't have no intentions. I'm gonna have to go look it up. I'll probably use it as a thumbnail, but so that's why I'm like, when we two kids in the game, what do you mean? So it had to been 2017, and it's probably when we went. Somebody about to walk by. Probably when we went through all the other stuff. I don't know who she was walking by. But I like this face. But we had already went through some other stuff. I don't know. We went through some other stuff, a whole lot of other stuff, and of course 2 kids, and then it was rough during that. When I carried my baby in 2015, he did come back around after something. It's almost like he trying to make it seem like he's saving the day. He came back around after stuff caught on fire here or whatever, and it was like, you want to come around when it's that, when it's got to be something like that, seeming like you saving the day. You're not. um and acted like, I don't want to say acted, but it seemed like he acted like he was trying to help, and probably just to try to get some information, because that's when my stepdad and certain people was just still active as far as me. And I guess he found out what he needed to know, wanted to know, and then from there continued to make his decision. But I had asked him, was certain stuff a deal breaker? I did tell him, I was like, it doesn't necessarily have to be you. And in a roundabout way, I didn't say these words, but paraphrase. It doesn't necessarily have to be you. I just want my marriage. Like, I don't want to be out here having that stigma of a baby mama, a second and third and fourth time baby mama, different daddies for the kids, and you know what I'm saying? That was the thing. And I said, is that a deal breaker? And I still probably got the messages on my phone. And he was like, no, that ain't no deal breaker. Or it's either on my phone or either in um, my Facebook Messenger. So I'm like, okay, then let's ride. But he didn't even necessarily get off the ride. He started feeling some type of way, and he fainted or whatever. I don't know. And I don't know what caused him to faint, besides the spiritual aspect of, I'm going to just call her name. Bertha was telling me, he ain't have the word in him. And yeah, and I remember when his dad was waiting right across the street after he got out of church to come and basically steal some of the word, like a devil, like the enemy. But anyway, I ain't gotta talk about that in another video. But I'll just be looking back, trying to see where when I do get in whatever, I don't want to say situation, but whatever I get into next, if that occurs, where I don't want to go wrong. I could recognize the signs, the red flags and stuff. Because I'm not saying I was perfect, but I was next to it. I'm not even from the front. I was not out here doing nothing regarding nobody else and being involved. And that was out of 9 to 10 years. Like, I just didn't. So I didn't think it was fine. It's not just fine, but it was one thing to do it once, twice, shoot, 3 times. You had a baby, and then you even start trying to talk to other people. And then when you get on the when you become the truck driver, your old exes and stuff looking back at you, and then your other baby mama looking at you like, oh yeah, he's going places, this, and the third. And here I am sitting here just quiet, just watching, just observing and trying to just hang in there, keep my sanity and help us out. And that was literally me holding us down, and I wasn't trying to, because I said I'm not doing no good with nobody. I'm not holding nobody down. See how these U.S. Postal Service people be doing. They be cutting up sometimes. He wasn't speeding though. But yeah, I'm not holding nobody down. And yeah, ultimately I just feel like with his mama was leading and his daddy always trying to interfere and sabotage and see us peaceful and somewhat happy, he just was across the street like a damn predator. You shouldn't even be sitting over there up under your sister at her house all the time, getting all in her business. Her man don't want y'all, shouldn't want y'all there every single day. It was like the clockwork almost every day. But y'all sitting under her, y'all full grown by age, not by mentality. And y'all don't have your own life. You got kids, grown kids, this, that, and the third. Y'all don't have your own life. It's okay to sit and talk and enjoy time with your sibling. But what they was doing was just always waiting, watching. And talk about me, sometimes people spoke about me not having no job. Honey, these people didn't have nowhere, seemingly had nowhere to be but sitting right out in front across from my house and being able to try to pinpoint and say something and watching. So they kept interfering and he kept feeling those type of ways. He was swayed with it. So, all right, then, I'm going to holler at you. Because it's only for so long that I'm going to put my life on hold and stuff like that. And of course, when you give me the full out reason and I see it for myself, then I got to go. I don't have no choice. But, I was trying to rock with it. And then he flat out said, I don't rock with BITCHES. So I'm like, for one, I'm not for that. For two, if you're talking about females in general, that's kind of gay. Like, no, I don't mean to be disrespectful or offensive to anybody, but it's just kind of gay. Like, so many men just looking for each other. It's like, y'all got the same thing. So I gave women something different, the genetically and just on the inside for a reason. So, okay then. Okay. Walking from the But let's get on that for today. So right now, we got that dream. I don't know if that already played out or if that's, playing out right now. Because my gazebo had flipped over towards that way. And that's what got me to come outside. When I came outside, I still seen it standing in the way I be having it and stuff, my park and stuff, under it, like when I had the spot set up. But I came out and I seen a big plug stuck from across the street. And I was plugged in. And I unplugged it. I unplugged it because you ain't gonna just be taking no power from my house and utilizing my stuff to run something over at your house. And you know what I'm saying? Or something else. Then it was entertainment for kids. I don't know if that shit. One of my kids over there was just out and like set up. And I'm like, do that on your channel. You don't use your own power and stuff like that, or whatever it is you got. So that's what I'm tired and exhausted from. I didn't know that people was pulling from. I know a lot of people call it energy, but my power or whatever. And I was using that. And that's what I wanted somebody here to look out for me and make sure I'm not giving my energy and my power to the wrong stuff, the wrong people. And so, at times he would. When he come, he did. But somewhat, but that's when he wasn't trying to be a predator himself and trying to take something from me. But then when he was gone, and I did message him and email him and stuff, he didn't want to be. He acted like he didn't want to be involved in it. He made little comments and stuff. Don't tell me this, and then I'm like, what? Your children live here. I feel like I got to. What you mean? And it just like he stepped in and he seemingly was here for us. But then when he stepped like 1 foot out that door to go to work or wherever he was going, it was just always changing up right then and there. And I'm like, so yeah, what did you come here for? What are you here for? What are you doing? How do you transform like that? And now one of these celebrities came out, somebody came out exposing a video about a shapeshifter. Like, are you a shapeshifter? How do you transform like that? You a transformer? What is it? But I never really got a clear answer or understand. He, matter of fact, told me you're not gonna get to the bottom of endless and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh Lord, that's deep. That's definitely deep. But you're right. I'm not gonna try to resolve that and solve that or whatever. I'm not gonna try to figure that craziness out. And so I just left it at that. But I'm sitting out here in the sun. It's kind of like a blue. Can't see behind that, but it's raining. Getting me some sun, enjoying my like I said, my better days. Your latter will be greater than your former. And I just say to God be the glory. I stand on it. Still missing my daughter, of course, and just like I want to be sitting out here with her, just chilling. You know? My main thing is I don't want that phone in my house that connects her to them people like that because I want them to do stuff respectfully like they had to once upon a time. Like the dad and stuff was her dad and stuff was locked up, so they pretty much had to go through me. They didn't like it. And I definitely don't want to go through nothing regarding them and I ain't. So I just took my hands off of it. Because I'm not even trying to prove a point to them, but I'm going to definitely continue to show myself and be empowered by God to just stand on that stuff. Ain't what y'all doing is not right, and I'm not with that. And I'm not there with y'all no more, and I'm not trying to be there with y'all. I can speak to y'all and all that, but when you keep on starting stuff and getting stuff stirred up, I'm not gonna do it. You're coming right back over there with you. So there they have it. And my daughter wanna get in the midst of it, then hey, which I advised her not to, but girl, don't get in grown. This is grown people stuff like from before I even met them, honey. I mean, granted, her dad wasn't grown, but this is from his mama and his daddy stuff, and I'm not doing it. I'm not investing my power in that. I was investing my energy and power in trying to team up with him and raise our daughter, not with his mama and all of them. They feelings and stuff and whatever they feel like this priority does not make me know. Never mind. They don't have no say so, but only what he gives them and what my daughter allows them. And I was just like, and I already been through it. I'm not doing that. But yeah, it's feeling good out here for it to be a fall day. I love fall. I really do. I was born, in the cold months, so. And then, yep. So that's that on that. No reunited and it feels so good, but I'm feeling good right now. I've rested. I was still feeling a little tired, but I got up to go pee. Sometimes that's the reason why I get up. Finally, is just because I gotta go pee, and my limbs still working. I don't want no regulars. I don't want, you know what I'm saying, nobody having to take me to the bathroom. I don't want to have to wear no Pampers, and you know what I'm saying. I want to be more active, honestly, but I just, like I said, I want somebody that's there for me and with me, looking out for me. And I really have looked out for people. I was at least there for people. As far as looking out, I didn't really know how to look out, but that's where we at right now. It's peaceful right now, even though they at home or whatever, but it's peaceful. And I want it to remain. I might go in here and cook me and the boys some breakfast, a late breakfast, brunch, lunch. Yeah, because it's afternoon now. And just, take it day by day, step by step. So that's it for now.